because board games are becoming increasingly popular, and games in general are increasingly popular, particularly with young people. And so the board game grew out of that.
I've been fascinated ever since I think I was a little kid with the idea of games as tools.
So I'm one of the early women in HCI, one of the few early women in HCI.
It'd be horrible.
Young people, women in particular, were coming to me and they would start asking questions like, how do you walk into a room of men?
Hiring team, you feel invisible. They don't seem to look at you or listen to your new ideas like they seem to do with a male new hire.
Women from, when we started in the early 70s, increased in number, but in tech, they started flattening out and they started going down. The worst statistic was, unlike these other industries, 50% more women leave the field mid-career than men. Now, pretend industry is a bucket of water and the pipeline is pouring it in. But if there's a hole in the bucket and the women are dropping out the bottom of the hole, we're not going to get leaders because just the numbers aren't going to work.
Go toward the amplify approach, which would be why.
The Women in Tech Project, which is now going to turn into the new nonprofit that I'm starting, which is called WitOps, is committed to understanding what is going on, to measuring it, and to creating interventions.
But I kind of wonder, I always have a hard time deciding, what situations need to be elevated versus...
Early career and success in early career is where everything turns. And so as a result of that, we thought we would try helping people think about early career by creating a board game.
There's an incredible potential there to make difficult conversations and difficult learning experiences a lot easier.
And some of those answers are, try this in your organization. Some of them are, think about yourself differently than you're thinking about yourself. Right? Change what you're doing.
Karen's research and the problem that she brought us is a really interesting one because a lot of these problems are not straightforward, right? A lot of them are things that people don't even realize they're doing. People don't want to talk about the fact that they're doing.
I mean, one of the more interesting comments I think somebody made, it was a manager on a team, and she said, well, I know what the right answer is, but I wouldn't do it.
And I think that the other thing that the game does that's really important is that sort of quietly in the background, it's coaching you. And it's providing you with a set of resources on how to have these conversations in a constructive and a non-confrontational way.
So that's the origin of the board game, and then I work with my student team so we can make it fun, because otherwise it turns into a series of very serious discussions, and we needed to infuse fun in it.
We worked really hard to create the board game in such a way that it just draws you in, so that you don't think about anything other than playing a game, and you just sort of end up having these big, meaningful conversations.
We don't know how to measure impact yet, but I think anytime you create awareness and you create conversation, your odds of impact go way up. They love the art, they think it's fun, and they like the cases. So I don't know, what could be better than that? What could be better?